So I think it's quite clear that I need a better way to get gunpowder, because this is just not working. So today my job is going to be building a creeper farm. Now I've already decided where I'm going to put it. It's going to be in the basement of the castle. So I think the first thing to do is to get working on the farm itself, and then I'm going to come back and finish off the actual decorative area once that's done. So I'm just going to gather a lot of the blocks I need for this particular build, and the first one is going to be some snow, because it relies on snow golems to get the creepers into the farm. So if we just go up to the top of the mountain here, I'll find some in a corner no one's really going to see ever. I'll just mine up a couple snow blocks quickly. Now the next thing I need is pumpkins, and I can see some down there, so I'm just going to dodge this pillager outpost and go grab them. Now next up I'm going to need a load of spruce wood, so I'm going to mine down a couple of the trees over here. Just like this, getting a load of wood used to make trapdoors for the farm. The only other resources I really need are things like hoppers, but I can get that later. So I think now it's about time we start working on this creeper farm, so I'm going to do that in the form of a time lapse. So with the creeper farm complete, now I need to connect the tunnel up from the basement of this castle down underneath to the creeper farm. So coming down here into the tunnel, you can see where it started, and it's still got a long way to go. But what I'm going to do is just dig out all the way down till I reach where the gunpowder farm is. Now that's going to take a little while, so I'll see you I think once that's done. And the basement is now decorated. So down here I have a wine cellar, which I think is quite a cool little addition. And then if you go behind the little painting here, you drop down into the tunnel, which I've only loosely decorated, like I haven't textured the walls or anything particularly, because I'm not going to be down here that often, as it just leads down to a storage system. Which there's a small amount of gunpowder there, but I haven't actually run the farm yet, as I haven't got up to the AFK spot, which that is our next job. Okay, so I've got the first few pieces of glass, so I can mark it out when we get up there, but I need to scaffold all the way up now to Y188. My math's correct, that should be the level for AFKing at this farm. And there we go, the last few pieces of glass are placed. I'm just going to extend this out a little bit further just to be safe. Have a little runway, but that's our AFK spot done, so I can drop my items off in here. I can safely AFK this farm. So I might go AFK for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes just to see how it goes, and once it's done, I'll show you the results. I'm not quite sure how long I was actually AFK for, as I forgot to keep track, but if I go down now, there should hopefully be a decent amount of gunpowder down there. So let's head in and have a look. Okay, so here at the end of the corridor, these are the chests that should have filled up with some gunpowder now. So there's 3 in there. Okay, that's really not that bad for what I think must have been about 10 minutes of AFKing. So I'm going to just grab that bit of gunpowder and make a load of rockets. So now I'm able to fly around as much as I like. But while I'm here, I think it's time we fully furnish the castle, as there's still one more room left to do, which is the downstairs area. Okay, after a little bit of trial and error, I've got a basic room here. There's nothing too fancy going on, but I think it just kind of does the job of having somewhere to funnel us through from here on the outside into our storage room. Now under here I do have a little spare furnace in case I want to smelt, and I've got an infinite water source here, and I'm really happy with how this area's turned out. So now with this done, we can finally move on to new projects. Now today's next project is kind of related to the creeper farm, as I want this area here to be properly mob proofed, and currently torches look a bit ugly. So what I want to do is build a load of farmland, and probably build some kind of farmhouse down here, just so the whole area looks much more aesthetic than just having a torch spam. So first of all, I'm going to need a load of azalea leaves. This is just so I can build out sort of borders of hedges around the farmland. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant up these trees now, and then I'm going to get some bones, and I'm just going to have to grind out for quite some time some azalea trees. So now I've got all the leaves, all I need to do is put a 1 block tall row of leaves all the way along this area. I'm only doing 1 block because I have the bushy leaves texture pack, which lets you get away with only having 1 block tall much more easily. Okay, so we've got quite a large field over here. If I fly up for a second, you should be able to see. It's probably going to be by far the biggest field in this sort of area. It definitely is for now. But what I'm thinking of doing then is just filling out a load of farmland, and this would then mob proof this whole area, in that I can get rid of all the torches along here, and it will just make this sort of area around the castle look a lot neater. So I have collected up a load of seeds as well, so I don't think this will be anywhere near enough, but it'll be a good place to start. So while this time-lapse plays, I think it's a good time to quickly ask you to subscribe if you're enjoying the video. I think that's all I have time to say anyway. Okay, so I think most of the fields are now grown up. I've been AFKing up at my kind of creeper farm AFK spot. So hopefully I've got a decent amount of gunpowder stored up as well. Having this field here will just really help make the appearance of the area feel much more kind of tied in. I might try and get a texture pack that just makes the wheat a little bit bigger, just so you don't see the top of the block there. But I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet. But if I do, that will be changed in the next clip probably. So I've installed a resource pack that just variates the colours and sizes and stuff a bit on crops. And I think it looks quite good. But if we go over now to the large field over here, as you can see, it just makes it so you don't see the line of dirt as much. Makes this area look a lot more kind of filled out and realistic, and I'm really happy with how that looks. So we've got gunpowder sorted over here. There's only half the equation when it comes to making rockets. The next thing I need is paper, and for that I want to make a sugarcane farm. But first I need to remove all of this obsidian, which will take quite a long time and be very boring. So I think what I'm going to do is see you once that's done, because frankly I would time-lapse it, but I don't think it's even going to be very satisfying. Okay, so this is the final block of obsidian. This only ends up taking about 15 minutes to clear, which isn't too bad. But now we've got a space to put our sugarcane farm. So what I'm thinking I might do is place a torch down here and just cover it up with some dirt, just so it doesn't look quite so ugly, and then I'll figure out where we're actually going to build this thing. But also I've now got over 2 stacks of obsidian, and I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. So if anyone has any ideas, let me know, as I really have no idea. Okay, so I've made a schematic in Creative for what I think the farmhouse could look like. And now I'm just going to place it in and just time-lapse me building it quickly. So here's the building, and if you look down here, we've got the sugarcane farm. And then over here, we can go in and collect it. Now, I have not decorated this area because it's not really going to be visited at all. But this is just like a nice little place to cover up and hide my sugarcane farm. So I've just done a little bit of detailing around the outside of this building just to make it look a little bit more entrenched in the environment. So I've made a little sugarcane farm here. Then over here I put a little sort of potting area and some storage of kind of wheat and stuff from the fields. A little cart that might be dragging it over towards the castle. So I think this is looking a lot better already, but I don't know how much more time I have for today's episode. So I think we're going to probably call it here. If you enjoyed it, there's a playlist with a load of other episodes in this series on the end screen right now.